You probably check Discord, scroll through Reddit, or snap photos on Snapchat without thinking twice. But in some countries, opening these apps could get you arrested, fined, or even worse. Today, we're exploring American apps that governments around the world have banned, starting from the ones you might understand to the ones that are absolutely insane. Discord isn't just an app. For millions of gamers, it's where friendships happen, where communities thrive, where entire digital lives exist. But on October 8th, 2024, millions of users woke up to find their entire world had vanished. Discord was gone. And it wasn't a glitch. Their government decided they couldn't have it anymore. Let's back up. Discord launched in 2015 as a simple voice chat app for gamers. Two friends, Jason Citron and Stan Wisniewski, built it because they were sick of existing gaming chat apps that lagged and crashed. They wanted something better, something that just worked. At first, Discord was just another voice chat app competing with Skype and TeamSpeak. Nothing special. But then gamers discovered something magical about it. You could create your own server for free. You could customize everything. You could build your own little corner of the internet with your friends. And you didn't need to be a tech wizard to do it. By 2017, Discord exploded. It went from 10 million users to 45 million users in just 1 year. Gamers loved it. But it wasn't just gamers anymore. Artists started using it. Study groups migrated there. Even businesses began running their teams through Discord servers. By 2020, Discord had over 100 million monthly users. In 2024, that number hit 200 million. It became so massive that Microsoft tried to buy it for $10 billion. Discord said no. They wanted to stay independent. But independence doesn't matter when governments decide you're a threat. October 8th, 2024 started like any normal day. Then, around midday, Discord users in Russia tried logging in. Nothing happened. The app wouldn't load. The website was dead. At first, people thought it was a server issue. Discord goes down sometimes. But this was different. When Russian users checked their internet provider's page, they saw a message. Discord was restricted due to violations of local legislation. Russia's internet regulator, Roskomnadzor, announced that Discord refused to comply with local laws. They claimed the platform was being misused for terrorist and extremist purposes, recruitment of citizens for such acts, and drug trafficking. Russian Discord users panicked. Some had spent years building communities on the platform. Gaming clans with hundreds of members, art communities, friend groups spread across different cities, all of it was suddenly gone. But here's where it gets crazy. The Russian military was using Discord too. According to reports, Russian troops were coordinating battlefield communications through Discord servers during the war in Ukraine. The sudden ban caught the Russian military completely off guard. They lost their communication channels in the middle of active combat operations. Hours later, on the same day, another country made this same move. Turkey blocked Discord. Turkish users got a similar message. The platform was restricted by the Information and Communication Technologies Authority. Turkish officials claimed Discord was used for child abuse, blackmail, and online harassment. Turkey's Justice Minister, Yilmaz Tunç, made a statement. "We are determined to protect our youth and children and ensure that our future is free from harmful publications that constitute crimes on social media and the internet." Turkish users were understandably devastated. One game developer tweeted that communication between his Finland and Turkey studios was now dead. He said the ban affected around 800 Turkish game studios and their creative work. Discord wasn't just a chat app for these people, it was their livelihood. Internet watchdog NetBlocks confirmed the restrictions. They showed that Discord was blocked on multiple internet providers in both countries. For Discord users in Russia and Turkey, their digital communities vanished overnight. But Russia and Turkey weren't the first to ban Discord. China, big surprise, blocked it back in 2018. The Chinese government doesn't allow any Western social platform that it can't monitor and control. Iran banned it too. So did the United Arab Emirates, Oman, and North Korea. In these countries, Discord never had a chance. Their governments block almost everything from the West. Today, Discord remains banned in Russia and Turkey. Users in those countries can only access it illegally through VPNs. But using a VPN to bypass government blocks is itself illegal. If you're caught, you face fines or worse. Discord released a statement saying they were aware of reports that Discord was unavailable in Russia and Turkey, and their team was investigating. That investigation didn't change anything. The ban stayed in place. For millions of users, their servers, their friends, their communities, all of it is still locked behind government firewalls. And they just lost their entire community because someone in their government decided they couldn't be trusted with a chat app.
Right, before we continue, a quick message from today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN. If you use the internet daily, whether for work, travel, or simply streaming, having a VPN has become essential. A VPN encrypts absolutely all your online activity, which means that your data, your browsing history, and even the apps you use stay private. And among all the options available, Surfshark is the one I personally trust because it focuses on both security and simplicity. One of the most useful things is the protection on public Wi-Fi networks. Airports, hotels, cafes, and co-working spaces are some of the easiest places for hackers to intercept your data. With Surfshark, everything you do is encrypted the moment you connect. So even on completely unsecured networks, your information remains safe. Another thing that people often underestimate is online price discrimination. Many websites change their prices depending on where they think you're located. Surfshark allows you to change your virtual location in seconds thanks to its large network of servers in more than 100 countries. This can save you money on flights, hotels, software subscriptions, and practically anything that varies by region. Surfshark also offers unlimited device connections with a single account. This means you can protect your phone, laptop, tablet, and even your family's devices without having to manage multiple subscriptions. It is one of the few VPNs that offers this. And beyond the VPN itself, Surfshark includes additional tools that genuinely increase your online security. Surfshark Alerts notifies you the moment your email or credit card information appears in a data breach. Surfshark Antivirus protects your devices with real-time threat detection. And Surfshark Search gives you a private ad-free search engine that keeps your searches completely anonymous. If you want to protect your data and have more control over your online experience, use the link in the description. This gives you extra 3 months on your plan, and you are covered by a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it with zero risk. Go to surfshark.com/byte or use code BYTE, B-Y-T-E, at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. A huge thanks to Surfshark for supporting the channel. Now, let's continue with the video.
If Discord is where communities chat, Reddit is where they argue. Reddit calls itself the front page of the internet. It's where millions gather to discuss everything from cute cat photos to geopolitics. But some governments looked at Reddit and saw something dangerous. A place where people could say anything, share anything, organize anything, and they decided their citizens couldn't handle that freedom. Reddit started in 2005. 2 college roommates, Steve Huffman and Alexis Ohanian, built it in a tiny apartment. The idea was simple: let users submit links and vote on them. The best content rises to the top, the worst sinks to the bottom. Democracy for internet content. At first, Reddit was just another link-sharing site, nothing special. It had a few thousand users, mostly tech nerds and programmers. Then something clicked. Users realized they could create their own communities called subreddits. Want to discuss movies? There's a subreddit for that. Want to share your artwork? There's a subreddit for that. Want to organize a protest against your government? Well, there's a subreddit for that too. By 2015, Reddit had grown to 36 million user accounts and over 840,000 active subreddits. It became a massive platform where anyone could find a community for literally anything. News broke on Reddit before mainstream media covered it. Movements started there, scandals exploded there, and that's exactly what made it dangerous to authoritarian governments. China banned Reddit in June 2015 as part of something called the Golden Shield Project. You might know it better as the Great Firewall of China. China doesn't just block one website here and there, they block thousands. Facebook? banned since 2009. Twitter, blocked. Google, you can't use it. Instagram, YouTube, Wikipedia, all banned. Why? Because the Chinese government wants total control over what information their citizens can see. Reddit joined this list because of its decentralized, user-driven content. On Reddit, anyone can post anything. Chinese citizens could read about Tiananmen Square, they could see photos the government censored, they could organize discussions about human rights abuses. To the Chinese government, that was unacceptable. Today, if you're in China and try to visit Reddit, you get nothing. The site simply doesn't load. Unless you use a VPN, which is illegal in China unless it's government approved. And government approved VPNs don't let you access Reddit anyway. But China's ban was predictable. Everyone knows China censors the internet. What's crazier is what happened in Turkey. November 13th, 2015 started as a normal Friday night. Turkish Reddit users were browsing, commenting, sharing posts, and then around 11 PM the site went dark. Users tried refreshing. Got nothing. They checked Twitter to see if others had the same problem. Thousands of Turkish users were posting the same thing. Reddit was indeed blocked. Turkey's telecommunications authority confirmed it the next morning. After technical analysis and legal consideration based on Law No. 5651, administration measure had been taken for this website. Law 5651 is Turkey's internet censorship law. It's been around since 2007. It allows the Turkish government to block any website for reasons ranging from terrorism to pornography to piracy to criticism of Turkey's first president, Mustafa Ataturk. The crazy part, they don't need court authorization, just suspicion is enough. Turkish Reddit users were furious. One user wrote, "It's sad to see what President Erdogan is doing to my country." But then something unexpected happened. Just one day later, on November 14th, Reddit was back. The ban was lifted as mysteriously as it started. No explanation, no announcement, it just worked again. But the message was clear. The Turkish government could flip that switch whenever they wanted. And they did. Turkey has blocked Reddit multiple times since then, sometimes for a day, sometimes for weeks. The Turkish government never gives clear reasons, they just block it and then unblock it, and then block it again. By 2023, Reddit was blocked yet again in Turkey. This time, it stayed blocked. Turkish users reported they couldn't access the site without VPNs. Indonesia banned Reddit too. In May 2014, the Indonesian Ministry of Communication and Information Technology blocked Reddit for hosting content containing nudity. Indonesia has strict anti-pornography laws. Many subreddits contain adult content. Reddit refused to place content filters specifically for Indonesian visitors, so Indonesia banned the entire site. Today, 270 million Indonesians can't access Reddit unless they break the law with a VPN. Russia had its own Reddit drama. In August 2015, Russia's Federal Drug Control Service discovered a Reddit post. It was a guide on how to grow psychedelic mushrooms. Russian officials demanded Reddit remove it. Reddit didn't respond fast enough, so Roskomnadzor, Russia's internet watchdog that we mentioned earlier, banned the entire site. Reddit was blocked for exactly one day. Then someone at Reddit removed the offending post. Russia lifted the ban immediately. That post about mushrooms caused an entire country to lose access to Reddit, even if it was just for 24 hours. Today, Reddit is blocked in China, Turkey, Indonesia, and North Korea. It's partially blocked in Bangladesh, where some mobile providers ban it, but home internet still works, and Russia occasionally threatens to block it again. For hundreds of millions of people, the front page of the internet is completely inaccessible. And in Turkey's case, it can disappear at any moment without warning. Snapchat seems harmless. You take a photo, send it to a friend, and it vanishes in seconds. What could be threatening about that? But some governments looked at Snapchat and saw something else. They saw content that vanished before it could be censored. They saw a platform where news could spread faster than they could control it, and they decided that had to stop. Snapchat launched in 2011. 3 Stanford students, Evan Spiegel, Bobby Murphy, and Reggie Brown, created it as a class project. The idea was wild for its time. Photos that self-destruct. At first, people thought it was just for sending inappropriate photos. And honestly, some people used it that way. But Snapchat became something bigger. It became how an entire generation communicated. By 2017, Snapchat had 178 million daily users. Teenagers loved it because their parents didn't understand it. Journalists used it to share raw, unfiltered content. Activists used it to document protests in real time. In March 2017, Snapchat went public on the New York Stock Exchange. The company was valued at $24 billion. It was a massive success story. But that success didn't matter in certain countries. China banned Snapchat along with every other major Western social media platform, and the reason was always the same. The Chinese government couldn't monitor and control what people shared on these platforms. Snapchat's disappearing messages made it even worse. How could the government censor content that vanished in seconds? So, China blocked it entirely. But the most disturbing ban happened in the Middle East. In 2017, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Bahrain all made the same move. They didn't ban Snapchat entirely. Instead, they did something more targeted. They went after Al Jazeera's Snapchat channel. Let me explain how big this was. Saudi Arabia is home to one of the largest Snapchat audiences outside the United States. Over 9 million Saudis use Snapchat daily. That's over a quarter of the country's entire population. Al Jazeera, the Qatari-funded news network, launched a Snapchat Discover channel in May 2017. The channel was massive. 69% of its viewers came from Saudi Arabia, 7% from the UAE. Millions of people were getting their news from Al Jazeera through Snapchat every single day. Then, in June 2017, a diplomatic crisis erupted. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, and Egypt cut diplomatic ties with Qatar. They accused Qatar of supporting terrorism. Al Jazeera, funded by Qatar, became a target. Saudi Arabia blocked Al Jazeera's website, then they went after its Snapchat presence. September 17, 2017, Saudi Arabia made its move. They sent a government request to Snapchat demanding they remove Al Jazeera's Discover channel. 2 days later, on September 19th, the UAE did the same. On September 21st, Bahrain followed. Snapchat's transparency report, released in May 2018, revealed what happened next. The company received governmental removal requests from all 3 countries, and Snapchat complied with every single one. Al Jazeera's channel vanished for users in Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Bahrain. If you searched for Al Jazeera on Snapchat in those countries, you got nothing. Just a list of stores and restaurants with similar names. Al Jazeera's executive director of digital, Yasser Bashir, was furious. He told reporters, "It is unfortunate that a renowned global social media platform like Snapchat would submit to pressure and censorship requests. Such action has detrimental consequences to media industry as well as freedom of expression and independent journalism in the region." He added, "The fundamental question is, how could a US company, which is publicly traded and stands for freedom of speech where access to social media is a constitutional right, deny these rights to others?" The impact was devastating. After the block, Al Jazeera's Snapchat channel lost 86% of its unique daily views. Millions of people who relied on Al Jazeera for news through Snapchat suddenly had no access. Al Jazeera had to shift resources to Instagram stories to reach their audience, but the damage was done. A major news organization was silenced in 3 countries because Snapchat chose to comply with government requests rather than defend press freedom. Today, Snapchat remains fully banned in China, Cuba, Iran, and North Korea. It was temporarily banned in Nepal until 2023. In Saudi Arabia and the UAE, the app works, but specific content gets censored based on government requests, and Russia and Turkmenistan have also restricted it. For hundreds of millions of people, an app that seems completely innocent is either totally inaccessible or heavily controlled by their government. These aren't just apps, they're how people communicate, how they get news, how they build communities, how they express themselves. When governments ban them, they're not protecting their citizens, they're controlling them. They're deciding what information their people can see, who they can talk to, and what they can say. And the scariest part, most of these bans happened without warning. One day you have access, the next day it's gone. And there's nothing you can do about it unless you're willing to break the law. My friends, we take these apps for granted. We scroll through Reddit during lunch, we chat with friends on Discord while gaming. We snap photos without thinking twice. But in huge parts of the world, people risk punishment just to access these basic tools. Freedom of information isn't guaranteed everywhere, and what feels normal to us would be illegal for them. So, the next time you open Discord, or Reddit, or Snapchat, remember how lucky you are that your government lets you use them. Because for millions of people around the world, that freedom simply doesn't exist.